Did you all see the video, by the way?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, good, good, good. Okay, okay, good. So I have two messages that are coming in. Let me see what the messages are. Yes, someone is asking whether the session has started. Yes, we are up and running. Anyways, so we'll go back to the lesson right now. Okay, cool. Now you know simply what an algorithm is. Right. So now we are going to do a small exercise. It is we are going to go through a real life algorithm, which is planting a seed. I I think many of you have done some tree planting. Okay, so these are the steps that can be involved in a planting a seed scenario. So first of all, when you see a series of steps, in order to make an algorithm, you have to see what steps are relevant, what steps are not relevant or irrelevant. Okay, so in any problem or in any scenario, first of all, you have to know what are the information that are needed in order to solve a problem. So extracting the needed information, avoiding the not needed information, in computing terms, we call abstraction. If you do not understand this word, don't worry. If you can't keep it in mind, don't worry. So it's called abstraction. So we are going to remove the unnecessary details. So we see some steps here. We'll try to remove the unnecessary details. The first one, put pot in sunlight. Does that sound a step in a planting a seed algorithm? Anyone can?
Yes.
Yes, it is. What about put seed in a hole?
Yes.
Yes, it
Yes.
is. What about hug an elephant?
No. No.
Oh, why do you need to hug an elephant? I don't think, yeah. So everybody would agree. What about put glue on seed? Do you need
No.
that, please?
No.
No, no. Then what about fill pot with soil?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And poke hole in soil
Yes. Yes.
and water the pot.
Yes.
Cover seed with soil, yes.
Yes.
And pour soda pop in pot, no way, because if you do that, that's the last, that's that's the last thing that you would ever do. So we will remove these unnecessary steps. We'll actually gray them out. These are the steps which are not needed. So we have to remove the unnecessary details, right? And now we have come across the necessary details. Can you think of putting them together? Just think of putting them together. Right. Who wants to go first? Let's see. Can somebody tell me what will be the first step?
Fill pot with soil.
Poke hole in.
Okay, so somebody said fill pot with soil. Let's see. Yeah, that's the first one. And what about the other steps that you can see here?
Poke
Poke hole in.
Poke hole.
Yeah. Poke hole. Yeah.
Put the seed hole. Close.
Let's see the next one. I'm sorry. Yeah, next one is poke hole in soil. And these are the steps. I just mixed up with this. But anyway, fill soil is the first one. And then poke hole in soil is the second step. Put seed in the hole. That's the third one. And the fourth one is cover seed with soil. And fifth one and sixth one can be interchanged. Put pot in sunlight and then water the pot. So these are the steps. Everyone would agree, right? Okay. So basically, any algorithm coming up with algorithm first needs removing unnecessary steps, the second step is putting the steps in order. These are the so I kindly request for you to mute if there are background sounds, please. Okay. Right. Now I'm sure that many of you know how to make a paper plane. This is another exercise that I would like to introduce, making a paper plane. Normally in a physical code club situation, I give you all a colored paper for you to make paper planes. So we'll see what are the steps involved in making a paper plane. As you can see here, these are basically 8 steps that possibly can make a paper plane, but some steps are not relevant or not important. Can somebody tell me what are the steps that are not relevant?
Cut center out of
paper.
Yeah, cut
corner
center.
of
Out of paper, increase paper down in the center.
rip corner, crumble the paper.
Wonderful.
Rip corner of paper, rip corner of paper.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. I thank you for figuring that out. It's really good. And let's see what are the things that we can remove. Cut center out of paper we can remove because that's not necessary. Rip corner of paper, that is also not necessary. Crumble paper, why do you need to crumble paper unless otherwise you are so frustrated of making a paper plane that did not come well. But you are not going to do that. So rip corner of paper. So these are the steps. Basically, these are the great steps, are the steps that you do not need. So we'll try to see, we'll try to put the other steps together. Can somebody tell me what will be the first step?
Crease paper down the center.
Crease paper down the center. Yes. What about the second one?
Fold corners
to center.
Yeah, fold the top corners to center. What about the third one?
Fold corners
Sides to center.
Yeah, very good.
Fold
3
paper in
down,
half
3 to
again.
go. Next one.
Fold paper half in a
Okay, and then
Pull sides down.
pull sides down, and then you fly the toss finish plane and it will fly. Okay, so when we were small, we did this countless number of times. To an extent, our teachers used to say there is the NASA space station in the corner of the classroom. So many paper planes. Okay, so it's a very fun-filled activity during our school days. Especially the teachers do not come to school on that specific day. We need to have some fun, so we make paper and we do. Okay, now let's see what coding is. Basically, we know what an algorithm is. Let's see what coding is. Basically, coding by definition is set of instructions or rules, and it is made out of words and numbers. You put them together in order for the computer to tell the computer what it wants to do. Okay, that is, you don't need to remember these, don't worry. These are not, I don't want to have this as a kind of a textbook school-like sessions. Just know that computer needs to work and it cannot work on its own. We have to tell the computer what to do, and telling the computer what to do is coding. Simple. It's pretty simple like that. Okay. So, right. So we'll see what is next. And there is another thing called a computer bug, or we call a bug. A bug means something wrong that has happened in a computer program, some mistake in a computer program. Basically, when you make computer programs, you will unintentionally, you will make some mistakes. Unintentionally, you don't really plan to do mistakes, but unintentionally you will make some mistakes. That's obvious, human nature. So you will make some mistakes, and then you'll figure out the computer program is not working, and then you have to read out these computer mistakes, which are called bugs. That is called debugging. Okay, so have a very rough idea about what a computer program what coding and what computer bug is, that will be really useful, right? Okay. Right, then we'll talk a little bit about Scratch. Scratch is my favorite language. I'm sure that most of you will agree with me. You know, your favorite language is also Scratch. Scratch is developed by a group of researchers from the MIT, primarily to make programming or coding accessible to the kids all over the world. Okay, so you can see a kind of a heat map or kind of a map where the Scratch is being used. As you can see, the darkest area shows the most number of Scratch users. Australia and also you know, the United States and UK and so on. These are just heavy users of Scratch. And as you can see, Sri Lanka, small beautiful island, uses Scratch as well. So all over the world people use Scratch. This is basically a stat that I have taken from 2017, and it says that there are about 18 million registered users in 2017, but it is far more than that right now. Okay, so Scratch is being used for all over the world. Even in our national curriculum, Scratch is being used. So it's a wonderful language. I'm just a piece of advice. I think many of you who have come to this session might have this problem. Many ask me through email as well and call me as well, asking, sir, can we use Scratch in our tabs? Can we use Scratch in our tabs? I would say yes and no, because Scratch is primarily used on PCs. You can use in tabs, but some of the controls might not work as expected. So I kindly advise you, if you are using Scratch programming language, better always use the laptop or the desktop. Okay, and the other reason is, when you are doing simple programs, when you're using simple programs, so doing in the laptop and tablet is okay, but when you're doing some more complicated, bigger programs, it's always better to have Scratch in your desktop or laptop. So that's the advice that I can give. Right. Now we'll see the first the programming structure, which is called the sequence. So sequence is a series of steps that is performed in order, okay, to do a task or to do something. I have given this example. I'm sure that nowadays we cannot do this, but example is pretty relevant. You know, drive through in a McDonald's, you know, so you place the order, then you pay and you collect. Okay, that's a good example of sequence. So you cannot really interchange these steps. You have to first place the order, and then you have to pay, and then you have to collect. That's how the drive-through works. It is an ideal example of sequence. So I'm going to take you through a small activity. I don't know whether you can see this. Hold on. Okay, can you see this activity? Basically, this is the definition of Scratch. I will actually share this with you. But before that, I will take you through some of the basic concepts. You can see a robot here. Can you see a kind of a, you know, puzzle, a robot here? And this robot should go and take this cat, okay, or catch this cat, I would say. In order for this robot to go and take this or catch this cat, you have to use these steps. Okay, you have to use these steps that are given here: forward, turn left, turn right. If you look at this as a sequence of steps, can you tell me what steps, what are the series of steps that are required in order to catch that cat? Can somebody help me, please? You have to use forward, turn left, turn right. That is all you have to use. You can use.
Forward, turn left,
Turn
forward,
left.
turn right.
Forward, turn left, forward, turn right, forward.
Just think again, think again. Now here
Turn,
is, here,
turn right.
hold
Turn
on.
right.
3 steps forward, turn
Yeah.
left.
No, hold on. Let me explain. Okay, let me explain the first few steps, then you will realize. Okay, this is the robot. Okay, you have to go forward, 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 turn left, forward, 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 turn left, forward. Is that the case? Yes? You can put the steps together, right? Again, forward, 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 turn left, forward,
Forward,
forward, forward,
forward.
turn left, and then you can catch the cat. So that is an ideal example of what do you call a sequence, right? So let's go back to the go back to our lesson. So that is the sequence, the example of a sequence. I am sure that right now, how many of you know this what do you call this nursery rhyme? I'm not sure whether you have ever heard it. Maybe we have. This is a French rhyme, but it is been translated and sung in other languages. What I want you to do is, first of all, I'm going to play this video on YouTube for you to get an understanding what this is all about. Okay.
Oh, waiting me. Are you sleeping?
Can you hear this? Yeah. Okay.
No, sir, I can't hear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I also can't hear.
Oh, really?
We
Why
can't
is
hear.
that? Okay. In that case, shall I sell? Hold on, please. Hold on. I think there is a problem in you know, the video, but anyways, what you have to do is, let me share my screen again. Right. So what you have to do is this particular, what you call the nursery rhyme, is available in this place. As you can see here, can you see this? Yeah. This there's a, I have mentioned as code here. So if you go to this, I am going to click on that. Okay. And I'm going to share that with you, which will open up a scratch screen. Okay, as you can see, when you click that, it will go here. And when you go to this, right, then you have to go and say, click on this see inside. So you click on that and you will come to this screen, or the actually it will open up Scratch. What I want you to do is, if you remember that song, the song like okay, I remember this. I remember the rhyme in English. Okay, the rhyme goes as are you sorry? Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, brother John? Brother John. So morning bells are ringing. Morning bells are ringing. Ding dong bell. Do you know this? Yeah, so what I want you to do is here, this particular project, that you have to put this, you have to see how these actually sound. You go and click here and see how this sounds. Okay? And also see how this sounds. Okay? And you put you look at those and try to put these together. Try to put these together. Okay. For an example, I will make with you. If you have open up, can you please open up that? I will show you the presentation so that you can actually type. Okay. Can you go and type this one? Okay, can you please go and type this, and you will be open up with that project. Can you do with me? Open up a web browser and go and type that. So at the meantime, there are two chats that are coming. Okay, I can share I can share. I'm going to share this, what do you call, link with you. So that will be easy for you, rather than typing. So I'm going to type for everyone. I'm going to share with everyone. You can actually go and copy and paste. I kindly request you all to mute. Let me see whether I can mute you all. Okay, we'll do together. I am going to play one by one and see how. I know this is a bit of a tricky task, but if you get through this, this is lovely, you know. So we will fix this first, these ones. Okay, good. And then we'll see how the others sound. Should I show you the what do you call the nursery rhyme in French so that you can put together maybe? Let's see. Yeah, basically this is the what do you call the lyrics. Okay, so do me vos is the second one. So Frere Jacob, whatever is the first two. So we will do that. Did somebody get through this? Or shall I give you as a homework? Is this difficult? Okay. No, no. Did you all manage to get it? Somebody? Okay, I will. Did you, or do you need more time?
Yes,
I
we
got
need
that.
it.
I got.
Okay. Okay. Can you play, please? If you have got, let's see. Done. Okay, very good. And Sinali and many of you have done. So we will give some time for others to do as well. But at the same time, can somebody play it so that we all could hear? I will. Okay, hold on. Can Sinali play, please? Sinali Betmage? Can you play? I don't know whether I will be, we will hear that, but yeah, Sinali, go ahead, please. From the beginning. Yeah, Sinali, you are sharing.
Yeah.
Sinali, okay. Right. What I will do is I will allow you to do this alone. I will give you as a homework, okay? Because this, unfortunately, this activity is in kind of French. So Sinali, I will, continue. I will allow you to do that. I will definitely share this exercise with you for you to do. Okay. So we will continue with the lesson. Right. Cool. Now, so I'm sure that you will work it out, although it is a bit tricky. All I want to emphasize is now this is a series of steps that comes one after the other, an ideal example of a sequence. Right, we'll move to the next one. We are going to make a rock band, which is the activity we are going to do together. We are going to make an activity called rock band, and it is pretty simple. All you have to do is, I will take you through step by step. You can do with me, together with me. So I'm going to open up Scratch first. I'm going to open up Scratch. How I am going to open up Scratch, I actually have opened it already. So this is the one. I'm going to create a new program. Okay, I'm going to create a new program. Go here and click new. And how many of you are very new to Scratch? Excuse me, if you can mute your, please. Can you all mute your, can you all mute? Thank you. So I'm going to mute all.
USB camcorder, where the? On my bed. See.
So I have muted all for me to, concentrate and do this. If you have any questions, you can ask by putting a chat here. I am sure many of you are familiar with Scratch because most of you have been with me for the last couple of sessions. So basically, to give you a very nutshell or a very brief view about Scratch, this is the Scratch screen. How do you go to this? How do you go to this? Is you go here and you type all Scratch online editor. Scratch online editor. You'll straight away go to, you'll get some links and you go and click on this. You'll get the Scratch online editor, and then you go and say create. You say create and it will open up. As you can see here, I have actually opened Scratch in Microsoft Edge browser. That's okay. You can use any browser except for my Internet Explorer, which is pretty old. Scratch will not work. But the ideal browser, I would say, the best browser, I would say, is the Google Chrome. So it's pretty good, right? So basically here, first of all, I have to go first I will give you a brief about the Scratch interface. Okay, these are the code blocks that are categorized, and these are the code blocks, and the code blocks are categorized in according to their behavior. All the code blocks which are to do with motion, are okay. There are some chats that come saying they are new to Scratch. right? So if you are new to Scratch, assuming that all of you are new to Scratch, I'm going to take you through this. First of all, you'll get the Scratch screen. I think that is understood. And now once you get this screen, you will have all these colorful code blocks. So these are the code blocks that pertaining to the motion. All the motion blocks are in blue color. And if you go to and click on looks, the code blocks that gives you the look and feel are here, and code blocks related to sound are here, and events and so on and so forth. As we go on, we will explain one by one. Okay, now these are the code blocks. These are the code blocks, or we call this area, we call the block palette, which is the block palette. So you make the program by dragging and dropping these code blocks to the code area. This is called the code area. What it is? This is called the code area. So we have the block palette, we have the code area, and we call this one as the stage. This one is the stage. Okay. So stage is the place where your program comes to life, where your program comes to life, right? And you can add characters. You can add characters to the stage. These characters are called sprite. A sprite. Characters are called a sprite. So the sprite, the same spelling, S-P-R-I-T, the what do you call, the fizzy drink. So same spelling. So this is called the sprite. You can add many sprite as you like. From here you can delete the sprite. You can add the sprite from here. So I'm going to delete this cat sprite, which is the Scratch symbol or the Scratch mascot. So I'm going to delete that from here. Gone. Then I'm going to add a sprite. I'm going to add a sprite. Come here. Come to this. Click on this choose a sprite icon. I can add any sprite. There are many sprites in this sprite list. Okay. There are many sprites that you can add, right? And I'm going to add this rooster, right? I have added the sprite. You can add any sprite. You can add more. I would say a duck, right? And the rooster and the duck. Now I am going to put a stage as well. I'm going to put a stage for this, or a backdrop, we call it a backdrop. How do you put a backdrop? You go here, you choose a backdrop, and we will give a nice backdrop to this. I don't know whether we have farm. Let's see. Maybe this. Yep. So
We have farm.
We have farm.
we have, yes, we have a farm here. Wonderful. So we have a farm here. So I have put this. Now this duck is in this direction, right? This direction. I can actually flip the duck to the opposite direction. How do I do that? I go and click on duck. I go to costumes, right? Then I say flip horizontal. The duck will be flipped to this side. Okay. Now I come back to code. Now I am going to code this rooster. Code this rooster. I'm going to give some code for the rooster to do something. All right. So let's say I'm going to do like the rooster should walk up to the duck. How do I do that? First of all, I have to show the algorithm. What is our problem? The rooster should go near to the duck. That is the problem. And that problem should have an algorithm which is a series of steps. So we'll see what are the series of steps, and every program should start with a starting point, a trigger we call it. Okay, a program should start. So in order to start the program, we go to something called this event block, and we can start the program in many ways. We can start the program in many ways. So I'm going to start the program with this. drag and drop here. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bigger. I dragged and dropped, and then I am going to make this rooster walk. So walking is an action which is related to motion. So probably the blocks are available in motion for it to move. So I put this block called move 10 steps. Move 10
Sir,
steps.
you're controlling the duck.
I am, oh, I'm sorry. Thank you so much. I really made that mistake unintentionally, but that's a very good mistake to make because you should know exactly which one you are coding. So I did totally wrong. I'm actually correcting that mistake by removing this code. How do I remove this code? I drag this back to the block. So yes, thank you so much for pointing that out. So I have to code the rooster. So in order to code the rooster, first of all, I have to click on the rooster to select the sprite. Then I'm going to events. I take that block to start the program. And then I go to motion. I say 10 steps. Then I will see how this works. Okay, a very simple program, a very simple algorithm. 2 steps, an algorithm that is coming, the steps are coming one after the other, which is a sequence. Okay, so let's see. So it is moving, isn't it? It is moving nicely to the duck. So if you want to have this again here, you have it again here. I mean, have it started here. Let's say, okay, nicely it is moving towards the what do you call the duck. Now we will try to give some sound to the duck, to the rooster. I'm sure that all of you know how the rooster sounds. Okay, so I go to sound, play the sound of a rooster. So what happens here is, I'll say slowly the rooster will go up to the duck. Let's say it will go about 100 steps, and then it will make the it will make the sound, the rooster. Okay, let's see. Right, did you try? Can you all try that? Okay, I don't know whether you can hear my computer's sound. I'm not sure. Do you hear? Can somebody tell? Okay, but you can try. But you can try on your own. You can try on your own. Okay. Let's see, something wrong in my. Yeah, you can actually try. I think I am not playing that. Somebody from your end is playing. Okay, so I kindly ask, let me request you to mute. Can you all mute, please? You can try on your own, but yeah. All right. So this is the basic example of how to do the a simple sequence. Now this is not what we are going to do. We are going to make a what do you call a music rock band. So how to have a new program is, you go here, you click on file, you say new, and I'm not going to save it or anything. I'm going to replace this in order to get the brand new screen. And then I'm going to add some, in order to make a musical, a rock band come to life. I have some chat messages. Let me see. there is a message, how to get my own screen. Not sure what you are referring to. Right, let me continue. So first of all, I'm going to remove this cat. Done. Then I am going to include a stage first. I'm going to include a musical stage. I'm going to include a musical stage which is inside music, maybe this one, right? I included this stage. Then I'm going to include a musical instrument. So it is inside the sprite. So I'm going to include that, a musical instrument here. Let me introduce or insert the drum. Yeah, the drum. So inserted the drum. So if I feel the drum is not big enough, I can go and increase the size of it. Let's make it 150, a bigger drum. Okay. And then I will make this drum, or I will give a program. I'm going to code this drum in order to make a noise, or a sound. Let's see. So first I have to go to events, take one block here, this block. When this green color flag is clicked, that is how the drum should start its program. And then I go to a sound. Then I put this block, okay. Then I can put few more, and then I can actually, change it and see how does that, sound. Right. Okay. So you can do that as well. So you can code this. Okay. I'm going to give you 1 minute for you to try out, or maybe 2 minutes for you to try that out. At the meantime, while you are doing it, let me kindly request you something. Now I have 37 participants, and I am not sure who you are actually. So I know some of you. So I kindly request you to send me an email. Send me an email saying, I was present today. Yeah, I was present today, so that I can take your names and make a code club. And I'm going to have some attendance marked throughout this month and the next month as well. So we are actually literally a virtual code club. And yeah, we can continue like that, because at the end of the session, I'm going to give you some exciting news that is going to come up. Okay. So I want you to do this, what do you call, small activity. How many of you have done? Let me see the chat. Have you all done? Okay, my email ID is, let me share with everyone. Either you can send the mail to techkids@slash.com.lk. This is how I think your techkids@slash.com.lk. I think most of you have done. Now, now we have the drum here, but we will add one more sprite and see how it actually sounds like. Okay, we will program that. We go to choose a sprite. Then we go to music, and we will add this lady who is singing. Okay, and we will take her and keep her on the stage. I think this drum is too big, so I'm going to make the drum a little smaller. Maybe I will make it 120. Right, perfect. And this lady, if you think the lady's dress is should be of different color, of course you can change the dress color. How? You click on the sprite, you go to costumes, and then you go and click on the dress, and you can give a different color, no problem. A green, okay, I gave a green. Maybe the hair, maybe I will give some other color, something like this. Okay, so you can do anything that you want with the costume. Okay, by the way, you might wonder, you might have a question like, can I have my own sprite created? Yes, you can. You can create your own sprite. You can create your own sprite by drawing, or you can add your sprite. You can, you can take any sprite from the internet, any image or a PNG, and you can load that sprite here through this, upload costume. So okay, so you can do that as well, by the way, right? Cool. No, it is done here. I'm sorry, it is done here. If you want to add a new sprite, you come here. Okay, you go to this upload sprite, and when you click on upload sprite, you can select any sprite that you already saved in your computer, and then you can, of course, after taking that, you can do whatever necessary in order to create your own sprite. Cool. Now we have did some changes to the sprite. Now this woman or this singer, although that we have created her, cannot make any noise, any sound. Okay, because we haven't given any sound for her, right? So what we have to do is, first of all, we have to go and give her some sound or some vocal. How to do that is, you make sure that you click on the sprite, you go to sound, and then you click on this, click on again. You are here, you go to sound, okay, you go and click on choose a sound icon, then you will get this whole list of sounds. Then you go to voice, then you can select any sound that you want. So I'm going to select this sound called singer, then okay, I can play it and see. Then I have added okay, I'm going to mute all because I can hear some. Okay, good. So if you want to ask any questions, you can come through the chat and ask me, because if you really play your sound so that everybody can hear, people can get distracted. So I unmuted all. Right, so I have added the sound to the woman or the singer. So I'm going to code the singer. I make sure that that particular sprite is clicked. I go to events. I drag and drop this when green color flag is clicked. That is how I'm going to start the program. Then I go to sounds. Then I play the sound. I actually put this block and attach this block with this, starting block. Play sound. You see now the singer, has come to the drop down because we have selected that. Okay. So basically it is been selected. Now you can play it and see how it actually sounds like. Okay. So I am sure that you can do that, right? So I'm going to give you 1 minute for you to do that activity or simple thing. I'm going to give you 1 minute, okay? At the meantime, I'll see the checks. Check the chats now. Yeah, many have done. I am sure you will find that sound very exciting. Okay, somebody, Dinaya, is asking whether I can actually show her, right? I will show her how to add the sound. I'll show everyone how to add the sound is, you are in this initial screen or this UI, you go here, okay? You go to sounds, actually, you go to sounds, you are here, you go to sounds. I'm actually showing how to add the sound. You are here, you go and click on sound. Then there is an icon here to choose a sound. You go and click on that. Then you will get so many different kinds of sounds. But in order to get a specific sound with related to voice, you go and click on voice. Then you will get what you call the sounds related to voice. So you can have beatbox. I know the guys would love to have this beatbox thing as their sound. You have scream, you have party noise. So when you hover your mouse pointer to those, on top of those, you will get that sound in real time. You can check it out, okay? So you can select a sound like that, okay? I am sure that is clear. Talha, okay. Talha, what is your Talha, what is your question, Talha? Talha is asking a question. He is new to this. Yes, Talha, you can type your question, or yeah, Talha, what is your question? Do you have a question? No. Ammar is asking, I can't understand how to make that noise. Please help. What is the noise that you are referring to, Talha? Sorry, Ammar? Ammar? You can unmute and speak, Ammar. Hello, Ammar, can you hear me?
That singer 2 noise.
Singer 2 noise. Okay, hold on. So basically what you have to do is you go here, you are in sounds, you go here and you go to voice. Okay, you click on voice, then you take singer 2. When you click singer 2, the sound will get added. But how to have that here is you go and select from here, singer 2. See, can you see, Ammar? So you can, whatever the sound that you have entered, you can actually see it in the drop down. Is that clear, Ammar? Hello? All right, I think we can go ahead. Now, as you can see here, it is playing the sound, but you cannot see that the woman is, what do you call, you cannot see the woman is, you know, shouting or sorry, singing. So how to make the woman sing is, how to show the woman sing is, you make sure that the singer costume is clicked. You go to costumes, and then you will make another costume. You will duplicate this costume. How to do that? You go here, you right click, and you duplicate. You make another costume. So you have singer 1, you have singer 2. For the singer 2, you do some adjustments or some edits. How? You go and you put some lines like this, to show that she is singing. Okay, she is singing. So you have singer 1, nothing, but for singer 2, you made a duplicate and you made these edits, or you drew some 3 lines. Excuse me. Right? Then you go and change the name of these costumes. You go to the singer 1 and you say singer not singing, singer not singing. And for this one, you go and say singer singing, singer singing. Why do we need to do that? To make sure that you give meaningful names to these two, right? You give meaningful names. Singer 1 is not singing because there are no lines. Singer 2 is singing because there are lines. So once you do that, you come here, you come to your code, blocks. Now you do some changes, something like this. You detach this a little bit, you go to looks, right? Then you say switch costume to that block, you take it here, okay? And put it here and make sure that singer singing block is here, okay? You make the noise or make the sound, then you put this block and you make it singer not singing. Now let's see how does this look, okay? So if you can make this and you can see how does this look by playing it or running it. Let's run. You can either run from here or you can run by clicking here, okay? Now as you can see here, when I click from here, even the drum is getting beaten, right? But let's see, I'll try here. Only that is being played or that is being executed. So I hope this is clear. If you want me to do that all over again, let's see whether anyone needs to know that. Anyone needs help? Do you want me to do that again? Somebody, Ammar is asking, sir, can you fix a mic to the singer? Of course you can. Of course you can. All you have to do is, it's very simple. I'm going to actually insert a mic to the singer. I go to sprite here, and then I go to music. There's a microphone which I can select. Microphone is too huge, so I'm going to make that small. Maybe 20. Oops, it's too small. Maybe 30. A little bit more. 35. Right, and then okay. So it looks like the microphone is actually floating in there. That's okay, right? So if you want to have the microphone a bit slanted, of course you can go to costumes, right? You can go to costume, select the costume, select the entire costume, and change the the angle of the costume, and then come back here. Have that, yeah, something like this, right? So if you want to have that costume like that, it's fine. Okay, right, cool. So so if you can make this project well, it is really good. The project that we have done, which is called the Rock Band, you can have this instruction sheet or the project explained in our website. You can go to our website like this. Let me show you how to go to our website through a new window, maybe. right? So all you have to do is you go and type here www.techkids.lk. Okay, that is the website. I want all of you to go. I'm sorry. Right. So if you go to our website, this is our website. You can actually go to, you can log in. If you are not a person, if you have not signed up, you can give your Gmail user ID and you can create your own account. And if you go to, I'll show you the curriculum here. So this rock band project is already there. You can go, you can try it out on your own. Okay, it's an exciting project, a good way to start, and you can try it out. So as far as the projects are concerned, that is about it from my end. But I am going to give you some good news. I told you that I'm going to give you some good news, right? So the good news is, as I told you earlier, let me share my screen so that everybody should see. Okay. So I am sure that you can actually go to the Tech Kids website and you can do the project. A Tech Kids website or the Tech Kids online platform allows you to create your own code club. You can assign students to the code club and you can start learning on your own. Okay, but then again, if you need more help, you can come and join these. Okay, so somebody is asking, Ayub is asking, sir, how to open the rock band coding from the curriculum. Ayub, in that website, if you scroll down, there is a video that you can actually play and see how to create a code club. You can actually use those curriculum content if you create a code club and if you assign yourself. Basically, it's pretty simple. Okay, anyone can create a code club. I would rather prefer your parents, somebody from your elder, your brother or sister or uncle, aunt, mother, father, anybody can create a code club and they can assign you. A code club can be of one person, that's okay. But in order to use the content, you have to have the code club. How to create a code club, how to assign you as a student or a participant, everything is explained in that video. You can go through the video. If you have any problem, please feel free to call me. Okay. Right. So so that's that. So you can try for today. You can try. And by the way, I'm sorry. By mistake hold on. Give me a minute. I am actually. Okay, I'm sure that you can see my screen right now. What is next is hold on. Yeah. So now for the practice, for you to do some practice, I want you to try this out. This is a very good practice site, code.org. You can go, you can subscribe yourself. It is free and you can try this out. I'm going to actually copy this and I'm going to send you as a link here. Oops, I'm going to send this as a link. I mean, first of all, if you can send me your send an email to me. I will share all this information with you. Right, now let's begin. Let me introduce the good news. There is a competition, as you can see here. There is a competition that is coming up, which is called Moonhack 2020. This is an event that has been organized by Code Club Australia. Basically, the motive or the objective of this event is to make kids around the world to spend 1 week in a coding activity. Okay, so initially before this lockdown, it was planned as a physical activity that is happening all around the world. But due to this COVID-19 situation, it has gone virtual. So at SLASCOM Tech Kids, we are trying to get kids, trying to get kids in a kind of a virtual code club and help them to participate in this event. So what I want from you is I will actually share the registration link with you for you to register. So once you register, you can I can help you to set up this, and we can code together. Okay, we can code together. It will happen from 25th to 31st. It is a remarkable event. I am not sure whether if you can hear, if I play a video. Let me see whether I can play this video. I'm not sure whether you are going to hear the sound. Hold on, I'll share the video with you. Okay. Hold on. I am sure that you got a feel about what what this is all about. Okay, so I kindly request you, all of you, to send me that email to me to my thing, and then I'm sorry, I am actually playing one video out of the blue. Hold on. Okay. Can you all hear me? Okay, so what we are going to do today, we are going to form this code club. So once I actually share the registration link with you, please register and let's do a wonderful moon hack. Okay, so that's about it with us today. From my end, that is all. So I'm going to conclude the session. If you have any questions, you can ask right now. You can unmute and ask, or let me unmute yourself so you can ask if you have any questions. I'm going to unmute all. So if you have any questions, you can ask. Since this is the, yeah, go ahead.
When will be the next class? Okay.
Next class, okay, good question. Next class, next week, same time. Okay, next class will be next week, same time. But I want to make sure that you have to come. You have to come. Treat this as a tuition class, or something that you can learn a lot from this. And next week we are going to do more exciting stuff. And at the same time, if you can figure out how that nursery rhyme works, that will be really wonderful. Next week, I'm going to advertise in social media on Facebook, and I'm going to send you emails. If you send me the email, I'm going to reply back saying, this is the next exciting activities we are going to have. But please send me an email. Send me an email to that. Have you done the sending the email?
No, sir. I didn't still.
Yeah. So do you have it? Anyone else have a question? By the way, did you like the session today?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Wonderful.
Sir,
Sir, I
yes.
have got.
sir, I
Okay.
did two. Sir, can we? I did two of the moon hack projects. And how do you submit it, sir? Do you need to submit it?
Yeah, you can submit it. You can actually submit. If you go to the website, you can submit it, or I will tell you how to submit it. But
Sir, I finished.
okay, hold on. Who asked
Sir,
this
can
question?
we send the Nakib, sir?
Nakib, I think you are a bit familiar with moon hack. First of all, as you all know, or maybe some of you know, moon hack has been happening from 2016. So 2016, 17, 18, and 19, and all of these events have been physical events that has happened all around the world, as you have seen on that video. But this time it is going virtual because of we cannot have physical, meeting sessions. But we had some plans, but now no more, we cannot have, but we'll do a virtual event. Okay, we'll do a virtual event from Sri Lanka. SLASSCOM Tech Kids is hosting, and you got to be participants. Okay, you got to be joining me and coding with me. And once you have coded and you have joined with me for this, I am going to, SLASSCOM Tech Kids is going to give you a wonderful certificate as well, that you have participated for the moon hack. And also,
Sir,
if you can take your pictures that you are coding moon hack, and we can actually upload to the Code Club Australia website, and we can make the whole world aware that we are doing a wonderful job in Sri Lanka. Okay. Yeah, that's the whole idea. Any other questions? Yes, somebody else had a question.
How do we, sir? Can we email now? Can we email for the SLASSCOM email account now?
Yes, please. You can do it now, or you can do it later. But I could see 35 participants. That means I should have 35 emails in the next half an hour. You understand? So all of you should send, because if you don't send me the emails, I do not know who the people who are in my code club. And once we have done this, second series of sessions, I do not know who to give certificates. So if you want the certificates, if you want to get yourself involved right throughout, please send me an email so that I will add you to the list. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So next week, same time, I can actually spend another 10 minutes with you if you have any questions. Do you have any questions? Let me ask one by one so that to make sure that everybody is being heard. Nakib,
Sir.
yeah. So go ahead, Nakib. Somebody's asking, Mohammed Rihan is asking, sir, is Moonhack is a competition? Moonhack is not a competition, but it is a coding awareness program that is happening all around the world. What they will do is, once you do a wonderful coding project, they will actually publish it in their website and they will publish all around the world. So that is what is going to happen. So it's a worldwide event. Yeah, you can participate. You can get really good understanding about how Code Club works and how Scratch works, and also Moonhack is available in Scratch Junior, Scratch and Python. So if you're comfortable in any of these, you can do your projects. But I will make sure that I will take you through each of these projects through these 5 days from May 25th to 31st. In between, we will have some practice sessions to do code Moonhack projects. Yeah. Any other question? I can see my yeah. Go ahead. Yes.
Sir, I have a course from STEMpedia also today 2 p.m.
What? I did not get you, my dear.
I also have a course in STEMpedia 2 p.m. today.
Oh, that's really good. I am sure that you are going to like it. Very good, very good. Wonderful to see that you are spending your time productively during this lockdown. Yeah. Any other question? I can see, I'll go one by one addressing. Ayub is here, Nabila, and please, if you have any questions, and please send it to me through chat, I can answer. But somebody's asking what is my email ID, so I will send my email ID once again to everyone. Either you can send your queries to, I think you better send this to techkids@com.lk is my email ID that you can reach out to me, and you have to send all your emails to me saying that I am present today, right? So this is the email ID, techkids@com.lk. Yeah.
About that coronavirus, let's fight coronavirus together. About the game, should we submit it to you or to the website?
You have to submit to me, my dear. You cannot submit to the website. You have to submit to me so that it will go through a review process and to find out which one is the best one, you know. So you have to send it to me. Send it to me in the sense you have to send it to that techkids@com.lk, and in that competition information pack that is given, so you can send it to that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, how do we send it?
That information is already there in the information pack. You have to attach it in an email and send it to me. There is a question from sir. Should we submit our project? Hold on. Let me read it out. Sir, should we submit our project or will they give a project from Moonhack? Basically, Moonhack projects have already been uploaded. All you have to do is you go to Moonhack, you can start a project, you can start coding. But those Moonhack projects will be a bit challenging if you are going to do on your own. So that is why, as a fun activity, we should all get together in a kind of a classroom situation, but this time it is going to be a virtual classroom situation, and then we'll do together. Okay, so that we can have our ideas. Even if you can come up with your own idea, because this time Moonhack theme is sustainability, as you all know, that Australia went through a bushfire disaster earlier this year. So they are focusing the Moonhack, this year's Moonhack, to be more along that theme. So the projects are in those lines. So if you can do that, you'll get a very good idea about what conservation, what sustainable goals, and what other things that you can do using technology to protect our environment. Ayub is asking, sir, also, sir, I need to know the Moonhack project done by us should be submitted to you. You can submit to me, or you can straight away submit to Moonhack. There's no problem at all. But as a joint effort, we'll do so that we'll do a better job. You can exchange ideas. Any other questions?
How do you create a post?
Yeah, I think you are clear about it, but you will get to know more about Moonhack in the next couple of days.
Sir, will you teach about the Arduino, those programming devices?
No, we are not doing any stuff for the moment using Arduino, Raspberry Pi, or any other stuff, because that involves physical meeting. Right now, we are in a health crisis that we cannot have any physical meetings, but yes, we do have a lot of plans. Do you know, some of you might know, do you know that you can fly a drone using Scratch?
Yes. I see.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. You know, those things that we can do in the future when we actually get together, right? But for the moment, we will try to limit ourselves, social distancing, maintaining social distancing. We'll do all virtual, okay? So thank you so much. That's about it from my end. If you have any questions, please send it to me. And thank you all. I want to thank individually, and also I could see my fellow teammates also, Ishara, Auntie, and Raihana, Moiza Auntie also here. Thank you so much, and thank you for your wonderful support. And by the way, there is another message for you. Tomorrow, this same session will happen in Tamil language. Okay, so if you have any of your friends or your cousins who are studying in the Tamil medium, they can come and join this session tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And please go and register. You can register with the same link. Yeah, so thank you so much. I'm getting some good messages that they had enjoyed the session. See you next week, same time. Yeah, have a wonderful weekend, and stay safe. Thank you so much. Really appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you a lot.
You're welcome.
So is the next week's meeting ID same, the link?
No. I will be sending you a new one. Okay.
Sir, send to our email address.
Please, you have to send me the emails. I think you have to send me the email so that I will share the link, Zoom link. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for this much of time you learn. Thank you, sir. Why you no point of trying? If you can't understand, you still understand. Understand. Huh? You can't understand.